What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Marvel Snapshot, reviewing the MCU one Marvel Snap deck at a time. Today we are doing a spoiler-filled breakdown of Spider-Man Brand New Day and my Spider-Man Brand New deck. So if you don't want spoilers, leave now because the deck itself has spoilers. Okay, you ready? So the kind of loose concept for this deck is to play move cards in conjunction with the big surprise of the movie, Jean Grey. I was blown away when she was in the movie, and I loved how they portrayed her. So frightening, so villainous, such a good twist villain. And so, we got some of the more fun cameos in there. We have different iterations of some of the characters that I thought were very surprisingly enjoyable. Not that I didn't like them before, but I feel like this was the best iteration of quite a few of these characters we got, including a character that I was kind of surprised to see in the movie at all. So let's get started and see if we can win a win a game with my Spider-Man Brand New deck. Okay. So right off the bat, right, Tom Holland. I think his best performance, he's always been really fun and, as the affable high school Peter Parker. I think people were talking about that when Homecoming came out, that, he was the first one to actually feel like a kid. But I really love the portrayal of the kid who was left behind. The kid who didn't get to go to college, right, because of finances or because of personal drama.
Hi, I'm Spider-Man.
He should have said, "Hi, I'm Peter Parker," though. Right? Because that would have matched the trailer. He never says, "Hi, I'm Spider-Man" in the content. Big surprise of the movie to me was Aunt May. Granted, looks very different in this card, but I very much enjoyed her inspirational speeches. The way that towards the end of the movie, Peter invites Jean Grey, the troubled Jean Grey, into his mind so that she can receive the inspirational speech that May gave him. Such a cool use of that character. And my wife and I, we just rewatched No Way Home. As fun as that movie is, you don't really get a lot of great Aunt May scenes. So I feel like the emotional impact of her death kind of hits more now that we got her in there. All right, so what we got here. I know what you're thinking. Nightcrawler wasn't in the movie. Yeah, I included him both for the move synergy and also kind of tied into monstrous Peter, kind of teasing that man spider, kind of going full instinct. I thought that plot was fun. And I'm glad they didn't make him turn into the spider. They could do that later, but I think you got to set up here first that his arachnid powers are taken over. And really gross and kind of suggestive when he was losing control of his web. Hey, did you see that Spider-Punk thing right there?
The might of Asgard.
That splash effect that went across the screen. Mobile users don't get that. I didn't know until just today that PC users get special animations. I'm kind of salty about it, because I feel like iPhones could totally handle that. All right, we don't have any movable cards in our hand for Aunt May to take care of. Spider-Punk, by the way, he's in here because of I really like Sad Boy Peter in his Sad Boy apartment. That really hit for me. So what are we doing? We moving Spider-Punk over here, and then let's do Web Sling and let's do Spider Sense. I didn't really see the point of the hand ninjas in the movie until that final fight scene when Jean Grey is controlling all the ninjas. That was cool. That was an S tier MCU fight. So I was like, okay, I see why you're here. Spider Sense. His Spider Sense is all Tobey Maguire, right? He's looking at the shuriken all slow. How fun was that? When he's fighting the ninjas. That's bad. What are they about to do here? Oh boy. As much as I want to play White Widow, I kind of feel like I gotta play Spider-Man 2099, right? And hope that I can steal some life from whatever's going on over here. Florence Pugh, though, I loved her cameo in this movie. I'm glad she didn't have like a Black Widow fight scene. Like, you don't need to have every cameo also be an action scene. But her in the spa, so funny. I loved when Peter's feet like floated up. It was such a great moment of comedy. I wonder if that was improvised. Was dying of laughter.
Wakanda forever.
Oh boy. This ain't looking good, guys. Because they're gonna Arnim Zola that lane and get a bunch of huge Panthers in each other lane. So what do you do? I mean, I'm infinite. There's no reason to retreat, right? That's silly. I guess we'll send him over here. Send him over there. This is bad. Oh.
To me.
I somehow didn't see that coming.
Worthy.
Their deck strategy is a lot more sound than mine. And this is gonna destroy immediately. They need to buff White Widow. Like, what are we doing here? Oh. Hey. Hulk. You didn't save the day, but I appreciate you being here. Just like I appreciate Mark Ruffalo being in the movie. I love seeing him as a teacher. I loved how his inclusion in the movie connected thematically, right? The idea of Peter losing control of himself, of Jean losing control of herself, the whole inhibitor thing, very smartly included. It smacked of Doc Ock. It of course connected to Hulk. I was very surprised. I was like, how is Hulk gonna fit into this Spider-Man story? And I'm told he's been in the comics before, so, you know, having never read the comics, I was really curious about that.
Destiny will arrive.
Thanos joke. Is Kamertage the featured location? What's going on here?
Hi, I'm Spider-Man.
Yeah, other thoughts on the movie. Just really happy at how grounded it felt. Ooh, dang it. Spider-Man locked down. That's not good. Dang it. Now I can't use his ability to trigger Aunt May. What a pain in the booty. Okay. Well, I guess I'll just play Instinct Spider-Man, full arachnid over there. They're cooking. This, guys, I don't know if this deck is... I don't know if this deck's gonna be it. I don't know if this is the thing. There he is! Not a huge Punisher fan. I really don't like how people have taken that symbol and used it as a celebration of, I guess, violence. The idea that the only way to restore law and order is violence. I feel like that's a real misuse of the character. But I loved him and Spider-Man's banter. It was actually kind of almost more enjoyable than Red and Frank, right? But also good character foil, right? Peter got a glimpse of what life would be like if he just decides, I'm gonna be a loner. I'm not gonna risk hurting anyone by just, you know, being alone. Now that I think about it, yeah. There you go, Frank. Saving the day with your chili. Saving the day with your ability. Yeah, really, really funny. And my favorite scene in that was the end of the movie. The only time we ever see Frank smile in this whole movie is when he's apologizing for shooting Spider-Man. If guns had been the solution... Oh, he shot Spider-Man accidentally, right? But if guns had been the solution, I would have been very disappointed. So they were wise, I think, to not do that. What are we doing here? I'm going to play Aunt May. And then 2 Spider Senses, I guess? I don't have any movable cards. They got a buff Aunt May. She was clutch in the movie. Make her more clutch in the game, second dinner. Yeah, a lot of good castle grunts. Oh, right? It's like they knew what fans want from that character. Ooh. Mara Jane. What do I do? There's no point in playing Yelena on Comertage, as tempting as that seems. I guess I'll put her there. And then, I don't know, we'll web swing in case I need to move one of them. Probably should have done that on Aunt May, on my big Aunt May. Give Nightcrawler a boost. Okay. Kind of served its purpose, restricting their play in the last turn here. Yeah, Mary Jane, MJ, right? I guess she's not Mary Jane, she's Michelle Jones. I liked what they did with her character. Very much a Peter Quill situation of like, yeah, I'm sure we had a nice relationship, but I don't know you now. So, kick rocks, kid. I don't think I can win this. I think this is a bad deck, you guys. Because I play there. I guess I should just forego right lane and get the 2 Mary Jane buffs. I don't know.
Snap.
If this wins, I'll be as surprised as I was at how good Brand New Day was. Are they going to retreat? No. Alright, let's see. Okay, there's their Thanos. Ah, nuts. Almost. Yeah, fist bump for you too. Sorry, brain fart. I have to say things to be entertaining while you're watching, right? I don't know if anybody watches these. The action I felt was very fun, and I enjoy that even when Peter was going through it, he didn't forget the little quips. I saw a post saying that like that's Spider-Man to a T. And I feel like in Spider-Man 3, as much as I adore that ridiculous movie, when Peter was going like dark side, he like kind of, I mean, I guess he was funny, but the jokes were at his expense. He wasn't making them, right? So I think that's why I felt a little off. That's a cool Silk variant. That's a character I'd like to see, especially since like the romance between her and Peter, because he's like attracted to her pheromone wise. Stole the show though, right? Can we all agree that Jean Grey stole the show? The way that her powers possess people. Whoa! But like also, I love that effect because it's not an effect. It's not CG. It's just acting. Someone needs to do the Comic-Con group flash mob where they don't dress as anything. They just look like civilians. But then, like, you know, maybe one person dressed as Spider-Man looking all panicked, and they rehearse Jean jumping through the crowd. People would lose their minds. So, hey, look, if you're a cosplayer and you want to steal that, go ahead and steal that. But just, I don't know, tag the old switcheroo. Switch-a-roo. They've been teasing X-Men right throughout. The Ms. Marvel show revealed that she's a mutant. Of course, at the end of the Marvels, we full-on see Beast, but this was easily the coolest use of an X-Men character in the MCU so far. And full-on shocking. Like, my theater gasped. And I'll bet yours did too. I might have dropped an F-bomb. That's how excited and delighted I was. What are we doing? Oh, okay. Let's try and get that
Oh, snap.
bonus power. They might retreat if I do this. They're a move deck too. I am interested to see how they'll redeem Jean Grey because she killed a lot of people. So how is she going to be like an X-Man? Unless they're going to jump straight into Dark Phoenix territory. That would be surprising. First card will be played there. Yeah, you're kind of seeing the intent of this deck, right? Because, like, you play into the Jean Grey lane, but then I get to move and they don't. Or thus the theory. Wonder if I should play Yelena. Because unless they fill the location, her Widow's Kiss should stay, right? I don't think it'll destroy at the very end of the game. This might work. We might actually have a strategy here. Okay. They're bouncing around their Spider-Man.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
They are really moving. Ooh, interesting. Now we both have to play in the bunk lane. We both have to play in the bunk lane first. Shoot. Mary Jane's pointless to play there, right? Because end of turn is not end of game. The game will end and then she'll reveal. So I guess the thing that makes the most sense is to play Spider-Sense there. Move Spider-Man 29.99. Move Nightcrawler and play... Does that make sense? Screw it. Send it. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Why did I think I could win the right lane? I'm playing like bunk. Oh, and then they got a Mary Jane. Oh! Surprise Hulk. Wait a minute. We could win this. Oh yeah!
Victory.
That's right. Spider-Man brand new day. Spider-Man brand new deck. Fist bump. See this movie. Let me know in the comments what you thought about it. And if you find any success with this deck, because that was pretty lucky. All right. www.theoldswitcharoo.com for more Marvel Snap content. And I will see you next movie.